Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Altcoin Buzz Trading. Today we're going to talk about Bitcoin and a couple more trading tips. There's a few shorts in the market, but I'm not sure if we're quite ready to be going full-blown short quite yet. All right, so let's take a look at the Bitcoin action, which dropped midday yesterday on some pretty good volume. We've been chopping around here. We did break our upward sloping trend line, and as we learned over the past week or so, we've been learning how to draw those trend lines. And once you start slicing through them, the momentum shifts, and the momentum has shifted. So if you were looking for bulls, your bias has to rotate as well. You have to be a little bit less bullish, more on the defensive if you're not already. You're saying, oh, this is a great time to buy Bitcoin. Well, not necessarily. There's no major support about where we're at right now. And so if we're looking, if you are bearish, you can't have a bias down here towards that 25,268 level, which is where I currently have my supportive candle, which actually looks like I should adjust it a smidge lower to the 25,184. That sounds about right. The 25,184 level. That's really where we're going to start to find some support on the Bitcoin chart as we continue lower. The good point about the market right now is that we are above the trend line for Bitcoin. We're still above it, this line right here. As long as we remain above that line, we do have a chance for us to reverse. Now, we can chop on top of it and make life really kind of boring, but boring in this time would be good. So we'll see how this pans out. A big move to the downside, obviously, would be bearish. Volume is determining a lot of things in the market, and right now, volume is relatively normal to the downside, so that tells me that this is a real downside move, not necessarily a one that's going to get immediately reversed. Now, there's always that potential for Bitcoin to reverse, but at the same time, even if it does, we're going to stop here probably again at the 27,289. We kind of nailed that level, and so you can see the charts led us to the 27,289. It broke out pretty nicely. Okay, reversed hard, found support there. Then once it broke it, this is now resistance. Okay, so let's move on to the trading tips now. So here you've got resistance at the 27,289 after it was support. Support can become resistance. Resistance can become support. They're really two sides of the same coin. And right now you're looking at the middle line of the coin. So it's just how the markets work. And if it gets up there, that could be a good shorting opportunity. If we drop through this line, I'm not so sure that's a great shorting opportunity. The reason being is because it's a little bit lower. You don't want to short too low because the market snap back really big in bearish environments, and that can wipe you out. So it's really best to play defense at this moment in time. Don't trade at all is, I think, a great thing to do, unless you find something that has just an amazing downtrend. And the only thing that has that potential, and I wasn't going to talk about it, but maybe we'll talk about it, is DOT. DOT, this, I just said don't short as it's lower, and I still say don't short this right now, but DOT has proven that this is what a good downside break looks like generally. Here's DOT failing up here to break out after a recent breakout attempt, stalling at the trend line, and then moving, just stair-stepping lower. This is what a bearish trend looks like. Bitcoin doesn't necessarily have that right now. Okay, Bitcoin at this moment in time is just chopping and going through motions. So from this perspective, I do believe you have to be defensive, but you don't necessarily have to be shorting it en masse. Now, if we get a larger break, there will be other opportunities to short, and I think those are the safer opportunities. There's just been so much chop in this range, and there's not a lot of downside momentum, and there's not a lot of downside potential, only 5.8% until we find support. So I think you're more than likely to get chopped up if you take immediate shorting positions. All right, guys, that's all I got for you. Hope you guys have a great day. Stay safe out there, and I will see you tomorrow on Altcoin Buzz Trading. Bye.